Hi, good afternoon, everybody. It's Fred Anderson here. I'm the coordinator of Awaken the Spirits Soup and Bannock for the Soul, and our theme for this event is called The Warrior in Me. And I'd mentioned in previous blogs that we've been approached by communities throughout, not just here in this area, but up and down the island, where we really need something to uplift the spirits of our communities. And this whole thing with fentanyl and the drug overdoses and the suicide, that some of our communities have lost over 70 people since January. Some over 60 people in our tribal councils. So there's such a need for this event so that we could provide something that will uplift the spirits of not just our people, but our caregivers as well. If you're a frontline worker, it's really hard to help other people when we're not looking after ourselves. If we're to help other people up, we've got to be on higher ground. That's a very important thing, being a caregiver. So this event is open to you as well. We don't have any cultures, anybody that would like to attend this. $75 for 3 days. Where are you going to find that so that you can come and just sit and listen for a few days, participate? It's not just you sitting there. I'll get people involved where you can come and listen to something that is going to rejuvenate and revitalize and rekindle the spark for life. And that's what we want to do July 3rd to the 5th at this Nanaimo Wellness Center here in Nanaimo. The information, there's a map that we have detailed on Facebook. You just have to look at, do a search for Soup and Bannock for the Soul, and you'll find my homepage with all of the agenda and everything that's going to go on throughout the few days that we're together. It's not just me speaking. We've invited a few of the best speakers that I know that have something to offer our people and something to offer the people in the human family, so that we can come together and we can grow and blossom together in a good way, in a positive way. Um, We've got on the first night, we've invited the Guanac dancers to come down and share their beautiful dance and culture with us. And they've got a series of mass dances that I tell people you'll never see again in your lifetime. And it's just a powerful sight to see. And they're from my home community, my area that, well, my other home in Port Hardy. They're going to be coming down to share their drumming and dancing with us on the first night. And for outside people and for people in general, it's $10 to get in that evening. It's just going to be an evening of fun. The other thing that we will do after everything is said and done, bring out your hand drums, and we'll invite groups to drum and to dance. And you know, we always tell people, don't let the financial thing hold you back from coming. Although we've got the $10 mark, if you're financially challenged, hey, show up, come down. Don't let that hold you back. Okay, we just want it to be an evening of fun. um, the other thing that we have is on the second night, we're hosting a sober dance on the second night. And this is a chance for all of us to get together and just be yourself and enjoy the music and dance and get to meet and mingle with other people just like you, if you want to be positive and like-minded. We always say that positive thinking won't get you everything. That's true, it won't, but it'll get you a hell of a lot more than negative thinking will. and and that's what we share in our workshops. You can't become positive overnight. It takes a long time to practice. It took me a long time for me to get to where I am today. We've got a workshop in this. It's called Healing Through Humor. Did you know that when you laugh, that when you laugh really hard and you belly laugh, you trigger off that chemical in your brain called endorphins? And I've shared in previous blogs that endorphins are 200 times more powerful than morphine. And a lot of people don't do enough of it. They don't laugh enough. If you laugh, you last. Like every time I say that, I really, really mean it. That laughter just brings something out in you. It brings out an energy that makes you attractive. When people are angry, when they're serious all the time, that's detractive. Who wants to be around that, right? But we've been taught to be that way for so many years. So we're inviting you to come out. Residential school survivors, children that are in foster care and maybe are on the stage of aging out. We are inviting you to come on. Maybe there's a way you can find funding to attend this event. First Nations communities, we're inviting groups to come out. Just come out and empower and inspire. If you don't have anything planned for the summer, caregivers, bring them to this event. It's going to be a lot of fun and fulfilling for everybody. One of the workshops we have is called Soup and Bannock for the Soul, Making My Life Count. I want to make sure that by the time my time is done here in this world, I've made my mark. And there are some people that will pass away today, nobody will ever know, because their contribution to life is so minimal, so minuscule, that if they were to die, nobody would notice. And that's not the way that our Creator has given us these gifts. It's your chance to do something with your gift. That's really important. You see, I always say we're guaranteed to make people laugh. This whole event is based on healing through humor. There's a lot of joy involved in these workshops, so I invite you to come out for that. Investing in yourself too. We've got one that we call it learning to be the rider and not the horse. So learning to direct your own life and not to let somebody else direct it for you. And that's what we ask about relationships. One thing you need to ask about your relationship is, what is this relationship doing to me? Is it helping me grow, or is it holding me back? And if it's holding you back years down the road, you're going to become resentful in that relationship and say, I should have went ahead with it, but you held me back, which is not true. Nobody can really hold you back, only you. And that's what we have. We've got another one called Believe and Achieve, changing the direction of your life forever. You don't ever have to be the same. That's the thing about our Creator. One thing about being human, we can tear off this sheet right now and start living a whole new life starting today if you really wanted to. A goose is always going to be a goose. A dog will always just be a dog. A cat will always just be a cat. You know, and I ask in our workshops, how big will a tree grow? As big as it can. And human beings, sometimes we stop growing at a certain age, and then we just stay the same for so many years. And there's so many hidden talents in our communities, and they don't nurture it, they don't water it, because they don't believe in themselves. And when we were small, when kids are small, you'll go up to a kid and say, are you ever beautiful? And they go, hey, I know. And the older we get, the harder it is for us to accept those compliments. And we're going to share about how to get out of that in this workshop for a few days. How do I start this positive change? Because you're going to change anyway. And you may as well make it a good positive change. We got Soup and Bannock for the Soul, healing through humor. And we tell people, if you laugh, you'll last. And I've shared in all other workshops that when you laugh, that chemical in your brain called endorphins, 200 times more powerful than morphine. And a lot of times people don't you do that enough. They don't laugh enough. You know, so that's what that one workshop you're gonna find, man, it's gonna be fun. And we've got one called Let Go to Move Forward. And there's nothing permanent in life but change. And it's impossible for us to make positive life changes without letting go. And the reason why so many people stay sober for a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, and they keep on falling. They never can get it right. And I'm going to share why that is. It's because we never truly let go, and we never truly commit ourselves for change. There's some people that do that with eating. Some people do that with smoking. Some people do that with gambling. They keep going back to the way they were because they never truly let go. So that's what that workshop's going to be called. Leadership, Prosperity, the Warrior in Me. And one thing we talk about in leadership, never send your ducks to Eagle School. They will never learn. Duck leaves Eagle School. They see a rabbit and they make them a friend. They say, hey, what are you doing? Page 3, kill all rabbits. And on the same note, you don't send your eagles to duck school. Some people aren't ready for change. That's just the way it is. We tell people this, that some people are just going to be the way they are. Remember when I was in a treatment center, and the counselor said, out of 45 of you, one of you is going to make it, maybe two. And I looked around and I said, well, hey, I'm the one. I'm the one, and I made a commitment for that change. And as of this past December, you know what? I'm the last one. So I want to share with you, we want to share these few days with you if you're a frontline worker. If you're struggling just with life, it doesn't have to be recovery based. It could be depression. It could be you're struggling in your relationship and you want to bring this your relationship, make it more fulfilling so that you and your partner are able to communicate on an equal level. Come out and check this workshop out for a few days. You'll learn that we're going to give you tools that are going to help you in your life so that, you know what, you'll never look at yourself the same again. I always ask people, how many of you here don't like your picture being taken? And the majority of people in the workshops put up their hands. They look at the picture, look, it doesn't even look like me. I look like I'm too chubby. And they go, well, you are. And the point is that we don't like change. We don't like ourselves the way that we are. Most people, when they look at the picture, they look from the neck up. They never look at their whole self. When I look at alcohol and drugs, I always tell people that's not the real issue. It's why you do it. Why do you have to go like this or like this or like this to be happy? And if you have to do that, there's something wrong. And this 3 days will give you a new experience about life. So if you see this poster come out, Soup and Bannock for the Soul. You got the facilitators on there. And these facilitators are some of the best I've ever seen myself in my life. And when I invited them to come out, they were wholeheartedly jumped in with both feet. Val is going to be just amazing. Andrew is just got an amazing story as well. And Stan, over 30 years together as friends, we've got a story to share with you that is really going to help you get to another level in your life. And just to close off this segment, something I want to share with you. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, and all that you dream and you scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you simply fret for it and sweat for it and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, if you go after that thing that you want with all your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, famine, or gout, sickness of body and brain can keep you away from that thing that you want, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, with the help of God, you'll get it. You'll get it. So I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to you. Please post it, repost it, and send it to friends that you know really needs to get something positive in their life, something to uplift their spirit, something to help them through an event. When you say, oh, I'm going through so much, we teach people to say, I'm growing through it. I'm growing through it. One thing I want to share in closing, in faith, leap first, grow your wings on the way down. Have a great day.